may be at church. You may be at work. You may be asleep. God grant that you will be ready when he makes his personal appearance. My God, what if his appearance occurs on a Sunday morning? My prophetic word to you this morning is get ready! Get ready!
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Share, subscribe, like this video. Make sure you put your prayer request in the bottom. There's so much, people, that's going on. Luckily at work I do still have my flight app. I've been watching things today. I didn't want to come on earlier until I wanted to keep watching to see what was happening. Now, there's a lot of news coming out, but I really wanted to see what was going on over top of the United States. That always gives me a pretty good pulse of what's happening around the world. When I'm tracking military aircraft and or doomsday planes, stuff like that, then I can tell how bad this is probably going to get. Now today, through the day, I've never, since I've been tracking, seen this many military aircraft above the United States. I'll tell you this. I think every fighter jet that's in our arsenal and every bomber in our arsenal is in the air. Literally in the air. There is over 40 refuelers from one side of the United States to the other. That's definitely foretelling of what's to come. So that means almost every fighter jet we have is in the air as we speak. They're on the highest alert that I have seen since I've been tracking aircraft, by any means. Now, tomorrow, they've called for the worldwide jihad, okay? I need each and every one of you to be vigilant, try to stay away from, especially if you're in the cities. In the cities is where it's going to be worse, but don't count it out in the countrysides either. No fear, just keep your eyes open and be aware of what's happening around you, because most of the world's still absolutely positively asleep and still has no clue. They're still off in dream world that nothing's ever going to happen. So thank God we're awake and realize that the rapture is this close, and I do believe it's very close. I've had a bunch of emails today asking me, Chris, what was the dates you saw again? And I did see 3 dates. Didn't know what they was until now. But one of the dates I've not discussed here on this channel. But the first one, I got at Passover when everybody was watching, I think one of the best signs in the stars for the rapture, when it was during the rapture, let's see, what was it called? I can't even remember now. But the planetary systems had lined up so perfectly at Passover that I really thought we was going to be gone at that time. But everything was lined up at what we call the rapture fish. There's 2 fish. One is the fish that stays behind. One is the rapture fish that's headed towards the throne. Everything was lined up perfectly in that conjunction at that time. One of the best signs we'd seen since the Revelation 12 sign. So I really thought. But during that event, that's when I had the dream. And the funny thing is, I'll even tell you what I said. I was talking to God. And I said, Lord, if we can know when we're close to the rapture, can you give me like some roundabout time? I mean, that's what I asked. That is the question that I asked. I even told Bonbon this. And keep Bonnie in your prayer. She's still battling pneumonia. She's still very weak. Keep Gracie in her prayer. Now, if Gracie's a good friend of Bonbon's, I just call her Bonbon. I just got into that because with Gabe, my cat, he's not Dave, he's Gabe. A lot of people thought I said Dave. Now every time I look at my cat, I want to call him Dave. Oh, God help me. We got to laugh right now, people. We got to laugh a little bit, try to get our minds off all this stuff that's happening. But Gabe, I always say, Bonbon's on the phone. He'll always run to the phone because he wants to hear Bonbon. So that's how I call her that, because of Gabe. But she definitely needs your prayers, her and Gracie. Gracie's going through bouts of chemo and very weak too. And they're best friends and they take care of each other. And right now they both can't help each other because they're so bad off. Okay, this is the question I asked God. Now, immediately, it wasn't immediately, but it was within the next 2 days, I dreamed about opening my Bible, and in the Bible, in Sharpie, was a big 10 and a 7/7. And forever I didn't know what it meant until the attack on Israel, and I realized that was 10/7. That was the first date that we saw. Then 7 days, I assume it's 7 days later, is what we're now looking at, the 14th. Now, does that mean rapture? We don't know that. I asked God around about time. Doesn't mean that has anything to do with it. But this might be the events. He gave me the events that might trigger it. That's what I'm assuming. That's assuming. That's not God telling me that. That's me. Okay, so I saw 7 days later, which was the 14th. Now remember, Israel is 7 hours ahead of us. So tomorrow, we're all, around 6 o'clock, I think, we're already in Israel time. So that's how it works there, okay? So keep that in mind. That will be the 14th here. Or 14th. It will start 14th there in Israel. But here's the thing. That eclipse only happens, I do believe, in America. I could be wrong. Brother Aaron knows way more about it than I do. There at God, he's done all the research and he's done an amazing job. He's going to have a program on tonight, so definitely check him out. He's going to be answering questions about the rapture and stuff like that. Brother Aaron always does a great job there at God a Minute. Kim Fisher's been posting a lot of stuff on her community page. If you have her, check out her community page, because she's seen a lot of the events that's taking place right now. But she saw them like 5 years ago, but they're just, like she said, she told me, she said, all the stuff that I saw 5 years ago is all happening now, all at one time. And I think a lot of the watchers and watchwomen, it's the same thing. All the stuff they've seen over the years is all now coming to pass at one time. But the next date I saw, it happened on the 21st of September. Yeah, right during the Feast of Trumpets. I dreamed, and I don't know if this dream has any meaning whatsoever, so I'm throwing it out there. This is not, thus say God, or thus say the Lord. But I dreamed I saw a calendar, and it said 24 days. And I was like, what? I'm like, no, we're leaving now. We want to go now. And I'm like, oh, I was so angry. I'll never forget it. And I didn't want to tell anybody because I didn't want to, even throw it out there, because I was like, man, let's go at Feast of Trumpets, we was just ready to go, let's get out of here. And I just kind of threw it on the back burner. But I did get up and write it down, and I did count on the calendar 24 days from the day I saw it. That would be Monday, the 16th. Does it mean anything? I don't know, people. People ask me, what do I think? I don't know. Like I said, it took me that long to figure out. I say that dream was in Passover, and it took me till the day or two after the event of Israel before I figured it out. And it wasn't even me. God bless Candy. She figured it out. She said, Chris. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I never even caught it. Never caught it. So I won't even give myself credit. Candy caught it, and I didn't. Thank God for you guys out there. I love each and every one of you, and thank God I have each and every one of you, because you guys keep me in line, because a lot of times I miss it and you guys catch it. I'll tell you something I dreamed about, and then you guys catch it. Like I said, I work a lot. I'm doing 1,000 things. I'm trying to cover 1,000 things. Right now, people, the news is so gruesome. It's just so gruesome. I don't think I can ever sleep again just from the stuff I've watched, what they did to the people there. It's just the most evilest thing I believe I've ever seen in my life. What they did to the children and stuff, it's just, I've just cried. Oh, God bless them. Definitely keep the Jews in your prayers tomorrow, all over the world. And the Christians too, and Americans, because I do believe America's going to get pulled in. I'm going to tell you why. I do believe this thing's going to pull everything in. Now, what we know right now is that Iran is massing forces on the Iraqi border. Iraqi is sending backup forces for Hamas. I don't know how many they're sending, but ballistic missiles are on the move in Iran. We know that from satellite. They are on the move towards the Iranian border. These are, I think they got 300 I think it's 300 something. My brain ain't working right now. I'm tired. That, I don't know if that's 300 miles or what that these things can reach. I don't think they can go that far, but maybe 150, 200 miles. So these are ballistic missiles. And they're using Russian technology. And Russia come out today. And basically, it was a mild threat to Israel for the bombings in Damascus. But I believe that Russia's about to get into this fight too. They was not happy, and they made it known today to not do it again. And Israel's going to keep bombing Damascus. I don't care what Russia says. So that's going to pull Russia into it. And we already know that they're using Russian technology. And Hamas was using it too. So they've got up-to-date missiles. Now, Hezbollah, which is the most advanced of them all there, that's the Iran proxies that are fighting against Israel right now as we speak. They've come out and threatened the United States over the last couple of days, and they have torpedoes. Yes, I said torpedoes. And they have ballistic missiles, and they have, I think, 250,000 rockets pointed at Israel. And they said that they would sink the aircraft carriers that's in the Mediterranean. So this could spark off like you've never seen. And maybe that's what the 14th is. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But just know that the rapture is coming. And we know it's close. We all can feel it. Paul told us when they said peace and safety. And that's what was they doing on the 18th and 19th? That's all they preached. Even Israel got up, Netanyahu, in the NATO meetings, and peace and safety, peace and safety. Peace for the Jews. And the Bible said exactly what would happen. Sudden destruction would come upon them. But it ain't going to be just for them. It's going to be for the globe. It's going to be for the world. The rapture will happen in the midst of this. And it will set the world on fire when we're all taken out of here. It's going to be like nothing you've ever seen. Let me tell you something. You ain't seen nothing yet. Trust me. But it's coming. But you ain't seen nothing yet. It's here. So be aware. Do not fear. I'm telling you, we're getting ready to leave. Trust in the gospel. 1 Corinthians 15, 1 through 4. Keep your eyes upon the sky. Listen for that chauffeur. Could happen at any time. Could happen before tomorrow. That's how close we are to the rapture. A lot of people's going to make fun of that, and they're going to smock their laugh, but they did the same thing to Noah. Remember that. They laughed at him up until the rain came, and that's what these people are doing now. And they will laugh, they will mock, they will protest, but let me tell you something. We are leaving, and it's very soon. The world is about to be on fire, and I mean, you just don't know how close it is. But at least you're awake, and thank Jesus every day that you know where we are. Because he's woke a lot of us up, including me. I was asleep as everybody else. So we've got him to thank. Without him, we'd all still be asleep just like everybody else, not having no clue what's coming for them. France is on fire once again, but this was an uprising. They banned the Palestinians from going out and celebrating what they did, and they said you'll be deported in France. Well, all these crazy people started coming out, and they're destroying everything in France. I mean, it's definitely like a civil war going on there right now. It's bad. It's one of the worst I've ever seen. They're destroying everything. Expect that everywhere. Another thing I want to remind you. Almost 4 million people have come across that border since Biden's been in office. And that's not what the media's telling you is a lie. There's been about 4 million people cross that border. A lot of them are Chinese fighting males. These are not, they'll make you think it's Mexicans. It's not. A lot of these people are coming from really bad places. They caught 125 of the worst terrorists on the watch list coming across that border. There is an army inside of the United States. And we don't know what they're waiting on. Remember this. While they've been trying to take everybody's guns away and everything else, they've let in militias from around the world. And I mean militias. These ain't Mexican people coming here to work, people. Don't let them lie to you. I'm telling you, that is a lie straight from the pits of hell. These are really bad, and they know it. They know what they've done. Now they're trying to go down there and hurry up and get the wall built. It's too late now. They know what they've done. It's too late. You know, when you take God out and you bring stupidity in, this is what happens. But like I said, it's not our problem anymore. We're getting ready to leave. You know, the damage is already done. There's nothing we can do about that. All we can do now is try to sow as many seeds and maybe the last hours that we have here. And then literally, we are down to the last hours on earth. And we're going to such a better place to where we don't have to deal with this evil anymore. I won't keep you long. I'm still, like I said, when I get home, I'll watch see if anything else is coming up. I'm watching everything like a hawk. What's going on over the United States, the movements in the Middle East, and trust me, every world's military is on the move. They know what's coming. We know what's coming. The Bible tells us. When you see all these, and trust me, all these prophecies are just like nothing I've ever seen. Look up. If I don't see or hear from you again, I'll see you in heaven. I love each and every one of you. Thank you once again for tuning in to Global Rapture Watchers, where we do daily updates here on YouTube, letting you know that we're one day closer to our Lord and Savior coming back. Thank you for all the support for this channel. This channel was created for God's sheep, those that are waiting for their Lord and Savior to come back and get us in these last days. We do updates once to 2 times a day here on YouTube. Thank you for all your support for the channel. God bless each and every one of you.